Assalamu alaikum. You are watching On Camera with Nazia Ijaz. Let me start by first acknowledging the sadness that we all feel for the loss of life all over the world due to COVID-19. But I do feel that this is also an opportunity to celebrate life in all its glory. And what better way to celebrate it than to spend some time with friends? Today, I've asked two of my very dear friends to join me on camera. The first is the inimitable Asim Raza, whose brand is synonymous with excellence. And the second guest is none other than Pakistan's sweetheart, Mahira Khan. I've so been looking forward to having this chat.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
As well.
So इस industry में बहुत कम होता है कि बहुत अच्छे दोस्त मिले. And you are very good friends, right? So how did the two of you meet and how did you become friends?
So I would let Mahira answer this one.
I don't know actually how we got down to really becoming friends, but yes, I don't even think that we're friends actually. I think we're family, and I don't consider a lot of people my friends. I don't trust a lot of people easily, in my head at least. Otherwise, I actually trust people very easily. I tell them everything, but when it really comes,
once in a while.
Yeah.
I said I'm happy that you're being honest also once in a while. Yes. I don't trust people. Look who's talking.
You know. This is basically. You see why he's family, because this is my mother. My mother. So he has all shades. He'll be my brother.
Yeah, they keep calling you out.
Yes. So the thing is that, yeah, and he's right. I mean, I'm being honest, I guess. We met on a commercial shoot. It was my first ever commercial. I was scared. I was nervous, but I was actually very excited. And I was, newly married, new VJ, so new to everything, but very excited to be doing this commercial. And yeah, I don't know, Asim's going to tell you the rest.
So yeah, I would love to mention a few things here because ye aayi thi and ek din pehle pahunchi thi. So generally I meet my actors the day before the shoot. So she came to the shoot, rather the prep day of the shoot. We were on location, hum log recce kar rahe the, and she just arrived. And ye apne zone mein thi because obviously this is the first time she's meeting this guy who's going to direct her, and it's a new crew and everything. And she was there with her husband. So, like she was just trying to play a little aloof because, ऐसा ना हो कि मैं बहुत desperate लग रही हूँ यहाँ पे. So ये ऐसे में जब इनको aloof लगना होता है तो इनका एक खास तरीका है. And next time whenever you see her doing that, you'd know what she's trying to do. ये अपने बालों को ऐसे फेंकना शुरू कर देती है. This is an exercise.
So now I'll do it again. But this is something actually I do. This is not to be aloof. Asim, stop it, don't.
So, but you were, come on, I mean, like for us, it was intimidating. Now there's this person who's constantly flicking her hair and like not looking interested at all. And I said, okay, fine, go to the VJ. Maybe she's not interested in all of this. She's just here for some, some money and like, easy money. Advertising में लोगों को ऐसे लगता है, modeling is easy money. Anyway, so ये आई इनसे बातचीत हुई तो obviously I tried my best to make her comfortable, and I think she was quite okay after we had a quick word. But जिस दिन ये shooting पे आई, उस दिन इनकी excitement काबिल जो थे ना बर्दाश्त से बाहर हो चुकी थी. इनके अंदर की जो मीना कुमारी है वो बहुत मुश्किल से कंट्रोल होती है. ये करती रहती हैं और अपनी तरफ से एक जोन बनाती हैं, लेकिन असल में वो फट के बाहर आ रही होती है. तो इनको यकीन नहीं आ रहा था कि आज मुझे अदाएं करनी है, क्योंकि मैंने उनसे कहा था कि क्लोजअप्स भी होंगे, आपकी आंख का शॉट भी आएगा, आपके बालों का, आपकी आई थिंक होंठ का भी, कुछ इस तरह के बहुत सारे से क्लोजअप्स थे. तो इनको लगा कि ओ माय गॉड, इट्स दिस इज गोइंग टू बी लाइक अ ब्यूटी शूट काइंड ऑफ थिंग. तो ये बहुत खुश भी थी और अपने आप को कंट्रोल भी कर रही थी. और हर शॉट के बाद, जो कि खैर वो दिन और आज का दिन, हर शॉट के बाद ये अपने बच्चे, इनका जो बेटा है उसी की तरह बिल्कुल ये सवाल करती हैं कि क्या मैंने सब कुछ गलत किया है. ये कभी ये नहीं पूछती कि मैंने सही किया है, ये हमेशा पूछती हैं क्या मैंने गलत किया. तो आपको उनको यकीन दिलाना पड़ता है कि नहीं, आपने बिल्कुल सही किया है. अगर उन्होंने गलत किया हो तब भी आपको यकीन दिलाना होता है कि आपने सही किया. नहीं. So anyway, this can go on forever, but yeah.
So, maybe I had tried to act aloof or whatever, but the truth is that actually I was quite unaware of the people of this industry at that time. So I did not know the big deal of, but I did know there's an Asim Raza, there's a Sakim, because I had done my, research when I was a VJ, and I was a VJ at that time. So, this was a big deal to me. So I was looking for his approval. And I remember giving a shot. I remember Asim going to his AD and whispering something in his ear. Now, I don't know what he whispered, but I remember thinking, I've done it. I think he's felt something. I remember him looking at me in a very, I don't know, there was this strange look in his eye, which I think between an actor and a director, you feel it. It's not just me and Asim. I think, of course, now I know it. I know him. But then also I felt it the first time.
No, because I'll tell you, the reality was that I was probably as confused and nervous as she was, because we all, when we're working with a new person, we're very unsure कि ये कहाँ जाएगी ये सारी नई camaraderie जो develop होगी, और उसमें मेरे साथ ये है कि being a perfectionist of my own kind, I mean, I don't know if I should call myself a perfectionist, but I do know that I get killed by myself if I do something left there. So I was worried कि भाई ये VJ लड़की है और बहुत अपनी तरफ से like उस तरह अलूफ लग रही है, तो मुझे नहीं पता था ये कितनी इन्वॉल्व होगी, और मुझे अपने एक्टर्स बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं जब वो completely इन्वॉल्व हो जाए अपने काम में. And honestly, when she came and she started performing, and I saw the amount of involvement that she was actually given to those simple shots, and probably that's exactly what I went and told my AD, that, she's not what I thought she would be. And that day and today, I stand by my words.
Wow. And Mahira, you worked with Asim on Home and Jahan, and just now on Pare Hat Love also. What do you think is about Asim, जो कि इतनी ज़्यादा dedication और loyalty, और आप सब लोग are ready to jump through hoops for him? The kind of dedication that he inspires. ये क्या करते हैं Asim?
I think that well, okay, so obviously the first and the most obvious reason is that I hear people saying this all the time, by the way. When I was young, before that, now when there is another whole generation, which is the younger lot, I've heard that through all these years, it's an Asim Raza film. It's an Asim Raza commercial. That's the truth, so that's how people talk about him. But apart from that, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि people like me, or the few of us who are ready to really give everything for Asim, it's not because we are ready, it's because we feel that he is ready
to do that for us,
to be honest.
I think he's always the last man standing. Yeah, on any set.
So that's what it is, and then credit should be given where it's due, because we feel in an industry like this, and in fact anywhere in the world,
Which roles are Mahira ke? Who would you cast them? For example, Bin Roy में आप किसको लेते Mahira की जगह अगर Mahira नहीं करती काम ये?
Oh, he already has an answer.
If I had to cast
someone other than Mahira.
I was a casting director and I was casting for which one?
Bin Roy.
Bin Roy.
These are interesting questions.
अगर Mahira ना होती, obviously it's very difficult to imagine Bin Roy without Mahira right now, at least for me. For that matter, any film that she's done, it becomes really tough to then. But I honestly think, I'm trying to think the character, and I think probably Zara Noor Abbas.
Zara would have done that.
And
what about Home and Jahan?
Happy-go-lucky girl, and then she all of a sudden goes through trauma and goes really. So I think she would have done that part well. Yes.
Yeah. And what about Home and Jahan? Agar Mahira nahi karti Home and Jahan.
That would have been a tough one, very tough one. Because to be honest,
I think Home and Jahan is a tough one, by the way.
Because Home and Jahan, frankly speaking, was, again, if I may be honest, was written with Mahira in mind. And so in terms of the character, the character that Mahira was playing was completely written with Mahira in mind. सो उसकी पर्सनालिटी जो थी उसमें, क्योंकि ज्ञान मैं कई दफ़ा लोगों से कहता हूँ कि माहिरा की बहुत सारी छुपी हुई पर्सनालिटीज़ हैं जो सिर्फ उसके करीबी लोगों को पता है, और बाकी जो उसका ऑरा है जो लोगों को नज़र आती है, जितनी वो मासूम बेवकूफ़ लगती है, वो बिल्कुल उतनी बेवकूफ़ नहीं है, वो बहुत समझदार है। उसको बिल्कुल पता है उसको क्या करना है, उसको कोई बेवकूफ़ नहीं बना सकता।
नहीं,
टू द
बेवकूफ तो
एक्सटेंट
बना
मैं आपको
सकते
एक बात
हैं।
बताऊँ, उसको कोई भी नहीं बता सकता कि उसको क्या करना है। अगर मैं भी, उसकी अम्मा भी, उसके अब्बा भी, कोई भी अगर उसको बताएगा ना कि ये करना है, वो बहुत मोहब्बत से सुनेगी और बिल्कुल ऐसे एक्टिंग करेगी जैसे वो कल से वो शुरू कर देगी, लेकिन वो नहीं करेगी। वो सिर्फ
नहीं
वो
करेगी
करेगी जो उसके दिमाग में
जो
आएगा।
उसका
तो
मन
जो
कहता
उसके
है, जो
दिमाग में
उसका
आएगा
मन
ना,
कहता है।
वो पूरी दुनिया भी कहेगी मत करो, तो वो करेगी। So
हाँ,
she has a mind of her own, and she would only follow her mind, which is fantastic because then she can't blame anyone else. She knows that this was
yeah.
her decision. She did it, and if anything, she should just learn. Even if it was a mistake, she should learn from it, and she moves on. And I think it's a wonderfully healthy, mindset and exercise. We all should be in it.
Was there ever a movie or a song that you saw that made you realize कि नहीं मैंने यही फिल्म करनी? For example, अमिताभ बच्चन साहब एक स्टोरी सुनाते हैं कि वो बैठ के सिनेमा हॉल में फिल्म देख रहे थे शर्मिला टैगोर की विद धर्मेंद्र, और ये गाना लगा था ऐसी भी बातें होती हैं. And she's coming down the mountain through this mist, early morning mist, and he says he saw that and he realized कि मुझे यही करना है, that this is the one thing that I want to do with my life. Was there ever a moment like that, or any film that you saw or a song that had a profound effect on you or your career?
Well, to be honest, I would say that, films were always so fascinating for me, no matter what, whichever film. And I was lucky that I was born in a household where it was the norm to go to cinema and watch films. So I used to get excited like crazy when we used to, plan banta tha ghar mein. But if you're asking me one film, I would say Shyam Benegal ki film thi Junoon, which is my favorite film to date.
Beautiful. Shashi
And वो
Kapoor,
film
Nasiruddin Shah.
क्योंकि मुझे बड़ा हमेशा से ओल्ड वर्ल्ड का बड़ा एक चार्म है मेरे अंदर, एक बुड्ढी रूह है, मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, जो कोई 500 साल पुरानी है कम से कम. सो मुझे हमेशा फैसिनेट करती हैं पुरानी कहानियाँ, पुराना आर्किटेक्चर, पुरानी तरीके के कपड़े, स्टाइलिंग, एवरीथिंग, एंड टू द
Period
एक्सटेंट
pieces.
जुबान और अदब आदाब और जो तमाम चीज़ें होती हैं. सो वो फिल्म आई रिमेम्बर जब मैंने देखी थी, आई वाज लाइक, बेशक कम से कम कुछ 4-5 दिन तक सिर्फ उस ओरा में रहा था कि क्या फिल्म थी वो, क्या टाइम था वो सब कुछ इतना सच था मेरे लिए. हालांकि आई एम श्योर कि वो एक फिक्शनल अकाउंट है, बट मेरे लिए वो इतना सच था दैट आई कुडंट कम आउट ऑफ द पेन व्हाट Shashi Kapoor's character went through, or what that girl, it was just something I would
Ruth.
say which really gave me a reason to believe कि नहीं, मुझे ऐसा कुछ जरूर करना है एक दिन. और मैं फिर
You want
अब
to
तक
tell
इसीलिए
stories
कर
like
रहा हूँ
this.
कि ऐसा कुछ करना है एक दिन. लेकिन yeah, that was probably one of the turning points.
Yeah. And what about you, Mahira? Did you ever feel like that? Some movie, some song? कि जिसको करके
Yeah,
नहीं मुझे यही काम
I
करना
said
है.
it. I've said it before, and say it again. I think it was, it was Ram Lakhan. We somehow, I think at my proposed house or something, we were not really big into films at home. But I was watching Ram Lakhan, and I saw Madhuri, oh my God, I still get goosebumps when I think about it. But just her in Oramji, oh my God, I thought, oh, I literally looked
बड़ा
at the
दुख हुआ.
screen and I was like, this is what I will do and I want to do. And then over time, I think, just Asim keh raha, I'm also a very old school sort of a person. My manager keeps saying that look at your generation works out. Why do you live in this, like, I'm like, yeah, that's true, but for me, it's so weird for me to go to the gym. No, I don't go to the gym, I put flowers in the bath. Like, so it's like, you know what I mean, Asim? Like, I just can't explain it. It's such I live in that world. I love that world. And over time I've really enjoyed many, 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 many films. But if you're asking me that the one specific thing.
Yeah.
I knew very early on that मुझे तो यही करना है.
Who do you think are the most underrated actors today, male and female, of
Me,
Pakistan?
I am underrated. No, I'm serious. Me.
No, you can't say
It's
that.
me.
Mashallah, you're
I'm
so
underrated.
There are a lot of people who are doing very well today, but the good thing is that everybody gets celebrated. And I think some,
Yes.
not all of them, but I think some, there's a long list of names which I can say are overrated. Underrated, if I really have to think in terms of male actors, I would say Ahmed Ali Akbar is underrated. I think he's yet to get what he deserves.
That can I also
actor.
say the same answer? That's actually
Yes.
a good one.
Yeah,
Ahmed Ali
because
Akbar,
he has all the right qualities in him. So I think in terms of females, a bit, again, it could be anyone, right? From earlier lot to younger lot, anyone, right? I personally think Sonia Jahan, again, was underrated in Pakistan. I think she deserved a lot more than what she got.
I'd like to play a small game with the two of you, if you're up for it. So
Okay.
I'll give you like 30 seconds, and you have to name as many films as you possibly can in those 30 seconds. And the one
Pakistani
who
films?
names more films, well, let's just make Bollywood, Hollywood. Usko bhi dal dete hain beech mein. That'll make it easier for you.
Okay, but
Jitni
like,
film mein bhi aap name kar sakte ho, let me just bring up my yeah. So yeah. So,
together we have to go.
No, you go one by one.
Okay.
So I give you 30 seconds. Okay, and start.
Okay, Homan Jahan, Parihat Love, Race, Vinroy, Forrest Gump, 1917. I've been also naming all the ones I've been watching. DDLJ, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham, Shah Rukh Khan films. Oh my God, what? Aina. Okay, Jerry Maguire, Top Gun. Wow, I'm blanking out. Pretty Woman.
And stop.
Junoon.
You got 12 films. Okay, let's give you 13. So you got 13 films.
No, they're not 13. They're 14.
Acha, theek hai. Let's even switch it to 14. I thought I got 13.
While you were thinking. Wow.
So 2-3 seconds bhi extra le li, but koi baat nahi. Chalo 14 ho gaye. Asim, are you ready? And we can start this.
That's a tough one.
And start.
Okay, so Aina, Nazrana, Hakikat, Dil
You
Chahta
can't say
Hai,
my films.
Moman Jahan, Dil Hai Ke Manta Nahi, Hum Aapke Hain Kaun, Dostana, Zindagi, Dil Lagi, wo Jaane Anjane, Saath Saath, Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na, Kyun Na Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya, Dil Wale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, Mohabbat.
Oh, you can stop now. You can stop now.
Okay.
How much?
Mahira, Asim won by 16. He got 2 more films than you.
Yeah, well, he copied mine.
Yes, he did. So, okay, let's do another one. In which you have to name actors. Actors, or let's say actors and actresses. Dono dal dein ya sirf actors? Let's start this now.
To start with Meryl Streep, but after Meryl Streep, there's Sabia Khanam, Niyar Sultana, Shami Mahira, Shabnam, Babra Sharif, Ruhi Bano, Khalida Riyasat, Uzma Gilani, Mahira Khan, and Kareena Kapoor, Katrina Kaif, Alia Bhatt, Ikra Aziz, Maya Ali, Mehwish Hayat.
Stop.
Okay.
50, 16.
So that's okay. So Mahira, is going to be your turn now, darling.
Yeah,
you're going to name actors for me.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So, and we go now.
Okay, Shah Rukh Khan, Shahryar Munawwar, Humayun Saeed, Adnan Siddiqui, Adil Hussain, Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Daniel Day-Lewis, Rahat Kazmi, Behrouz Sabzwari, Javed Sheikh, and wait, no, oh my God,
Keep going, you're winning.
I know Ahmed Ali Bhatt, and who was the other guy? Who was that person? Oh my God! Oh my! Who did I? Bilal Ashraf.
Stop.
It's over. Come on. 30 second is over. 30 second went on forever. No.
No, I got more than you.
13
I will.
names. No.
No,
You
no.
got 13 names. I
Mahira, you
need
got 14 again.
No, I got 16.
No. I was counting this time. 13.
Acha, we can keep going with these games, but I think
No,
I'm
I'm not so fast.
Okay, how about you finish by sentences? Okay, I'll say a sentence, and the first sentence I say Mahira can finish for me. The second sentence I say, then Asim can go. So that way we don't repeat any sentences.
Sure.
Okay, I'm in awe of.
Whose turn is it? Me?
Yes, you start. You start if you like. Yeah, I'm in awe of.
I am in awe of life. Like in just miracles that just
Now,
life.
just answer this one.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm dying to. I'm in awe of shameless people. Yeah.
Okay, so then both of you can complete the
No,
sentences.
what is this about? Wait, he's not calling me shameless.
No, obviously
No.
not. Come on.
Achha, no, but he's very.
So, study में तिनका,
So, बता रहे थे, you're in awe of shameless people, and why is that?
because I just don't know how can they be so shameless and how successfully they can keep leading life. So I'm.
Oh my God, I have a few people like that in mind.
Yeah. So
Actually, I'm in awe of them also.
Asim, by the way, nobody come in Asim's bad books. Nothing happens though. It's just that they are out.
Yeah. So
I am very forgiving, you know, Nazirji. I'm very forgiving.
Yeah. She's very forgiving. All I just want to say that अभी मैंने माहिरा के पिछले इंटरव्यू में सुना है कि इसकी जिंदगी में आपको खास एक और इंसान आ गया है. Because all I want to tell that खास इंसान है कि Mahira can forgive, but Mahira can never forgive.
That is
Oh my God, Asim, I was trying to not mention this, you know, Mahira. आपने पूरे मीडिया में तली मचा दी है. मुझे messages पे messages आ रहे हैं that this is one thing that everyone wants to. Then Mahira said she's in love. I said, oh my God.
और देखिए इसको कि
Well, it takes me a very long time to actually fall in love. क्यों Asim?
I want to know that when Mahira gets impressed by or get attracted by a male, what does she look in a guy? What interests her? What excites her? What is attractive in a guy for Mahira Khan?
So what I like, and I think what I found as I've grown older is what I've liked, at least in the last few years, I found myself getting attracted or liking men who have, I don't know why I can feel like my brother is listening to this, but no, okay. Who have this quiet thing, like I like someone just standing and he's okay with himself, like just at peace with themselves, no, just there standing and there's not
presence.
much, the presence. And that presence is usually, I found, with a woman or a man, is usually someone who's very comfortable in their own skin. And I really like that. With anybody, it's not just a man or... I like that. I think it's a very attractive quality.
अच्छा, अगर आपकी जिंदगी के ऊपर कोई फिल्म बन रही होती या कोई म्यूजिकल बन रहा होता है, किताब लिखी जा रही होती, what would the title of that be? First, I'll go with Asim. Mahira, you think?
Yes, please, because I have no clue right now.
Title of a book or a film made on my life.
Yes.
I would say Dil To Bachcha Hai Ji.
क्या? ये तो
Dil To Bachcha Hai.
What a lovely song. Dil To Bachcha. Gulzar साहब का लिखा हुआ ये.
Hi.
Yes.
This line is Gulzar साहब.
What would mine be? I don't know. I've never thought of that.
Runaway Bride.
Asim, stop it.
Giving ideas. Come on. You've asked for ideas.
That begs the question, Mahira's marriage on the cards. Asim, is that what you're trying to point to?
No, can you just... That begs the question. Why are you calling me that? Who have I run away from? What have I done?
Like,
See, I'll tell you what, don't say anything. The thing is that if I don't think someone is worth my time, I just rafa dafa them. Simple as that. I don't
that's
even
fine.
engage.
No, that's fine.
More power
But
to you.
like, okay, if I ask you, okay, fine, I'm wrong. But if I ask you, you say that you're in love these days. If I ask you, are you thinking of getting married? What would you say?
I'm going to kill you right now.
No, but I'm just saying.
I am going to. Okay, so what was the question? Book on my name, na? Acha. I would say.
Movie.
I would
Musical
say,
movie.
huh?
It could be a movie.
Movie on your life. What would it be called? And you could answer
I don't
Asim's
know.
question also, by the way. We'd be very interested in the answer.
Yeah.
No. He's thrown me off right now, so I'm trying to gain my composure
I'm not saying anything.
I would say my book would be called. You know that line by Ghalib, "Hazaron ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पे दम निकले." I like the second stanza of that. बहुत निकले मेरे अरमान, लेकिन फिर भी कम निकले.
But
that is
that's
me.
such a beautiful line, and it's very appropriate.
Yeah.
It's very appropriate for someone
me.
who loves life the way you do.
Yeah, because when I read it, and especially the second line, I feel like it's like.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about fame, or has it, like हम लोग सब बड़े होते हैं, हम सबको, like you said, कि you saw माधुरी और का मुझे ये चाहिए, मगर इस सब के साथ आती है बहुत ज़्यादा fame, और fame के साथ अच्छी बुरी चीजें आती हैं. So what is the biggest misconception about fame now that you are, mashallah, as famous as you are?
I think a very generic and normal and a very generic sort of misconception about fame would be that fame brings happiness, and that if this person is famous, they must be happy, and everything must be sorted. And what does she have to worry about, or what does he have to worry about because they're so famous? And I think that's an incorrect thing, because happiness is not a sort of a formula. It's not. You can't put it in a formula. You can't say that, okay, well, she has fame and this and that, or he has this, that, or even money or this or that, and they must be happy. No, fame is great. It's because you have hopefully worked hard, and you're in a profession that makes you famous. But it does not mean that everything is hunky-dory. This is not to say that I am being ungrateful about my fame. Let me tell you, I have co-actors who say, yeah, I don't enjoy, people coming or taking selfies. I enjoy all of it. I really do. I really, really do. It
My mother
reminds
used
me
to love
of.
it as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, she used to always, वो airport से निकलती थी, in fact we used to make fun of her, कि वो airport से निकलती थी ना, उनका एक हाथ इधर, और एक इधर, she would smile here and smile, then she didn't mind all these people falling all over her. And I was a teenager and I hated it. I wanted to, मेरा दिल करता था मैं अपनी अम्मा को छुपा के यहाँ से निकाल के ले जाऊँ. लोग गाड़ी पे गिर रहे होते थे. I didn't want anyone to look at my mother. But she loved it, because I think she really realized integrally कि इन लोगों की वजह से उनको इज्जत, शोहरत, love इन लोगों की वजह से मिला है. And
which brings me to another question, which I honestly, in jokes aside, I want to ask Mahira, and I think it will help a lot of people around us to know if she answers us correctly. How has she kept herself relevant for this long?
Wow, Asim, you're asking me questions. I have no answer.
It's so lovely, and you have, and mashallah, alhamdulillah, you have kept yourself so relevant. So would you share it with the youngsters? Would you tell them how you did it?
I didn't plan it.
Okay, which is one beauty of it. Yeah, like they said,
I don't.
In that life, that the only plan of life is that there is no plan. Yeah.
I've never planned.
Nice.
You know that.
Yeah.
I haven't planned. I don't think that, oh, if I do this, or I have actually just gone with whatever I wanted to do, you know.
Passion.
And I think that I mean, it'll be, God, 9 years to Humsafar, or 10. I'm not sure. 9 years or something. Uh, and I just, I just did what I want to do. I don't look here or there, which is a very big thing. In the middle, I had started to get a little affected, I feel. And I think that's the worst thing you can do, be affected. It shows you do different things, and that's the end of it. The reason why people liked you in the first place was because of you. So just stick
you were
to
yourself.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
So and it's very natural, to be affected. I feel like someone's making something, or someone's doing something, or saying something about you, and then you start feeling, am I to this, or am I to, I don't know, so many things. I talk to Asim all the time, but at some point you have to say,
Yeah. No,
I was going to say that, Asim. I was going to answer this for her. I had to keep myself quiet. I think it is her originality. Ek to mashallah hai thi pyari, but more than that, she always appears to be herself, and she seems to be, to me, very joyous. She's enjoying life, and she's doing whatever she's doing with some passion. वो एक मेरे सवाल का जवाब भी देती है अभी, just not on camera, even otherwise. तो वो दिल से जवाब देती है. She'll take it seriously and she'll answer. If she's dancing, she's all there. And and I think that is what's so refreshing about her.
Right.
And that's what keeps her relevant at all times.
She's not trying to ape anyone. She's not trying to follow anyone. She's taken the charge of her destiny. And the best part is that she's just driving while she's listening to music. And that's why the drive is, mashallah, so beautiful and enjoyable.
Mashallah, thank
beautifully
you.
put.
Awesome.
Mahira, that's such a compliment, darling. That's such a beautiful compliment.
Finally.
That you're driving while listening to music.
By the way, I wish I could tell you an anecdote of Asim. When there are other people around, Asim's very protective about me. Abhi to it's just us. But otherwise, Asim is super protective.
So it has to
be. Tell me, Asim. I have a question.
Yeah.
I actually have a lot of questions, but I guess that's for another day. But what if I ask you the same question?
Huh?
What if I ask you the same question?
Yeah.
Like I said, before I came in the industry, while I was growing up in this industry, and now it's the same sort of thing you hear about you. Oh, it's an Asim Raza film. I mean, how many times I've even while Pare Hat, I used to, see interviews of Zara and Maya, and everyone used to say, how do you, when Asim Raza calls you, how do you refuse? So we've heard that through all this time. How do you stay relevant?
Well, honestly, if you ask me, I'll just say one thing, that I don't know how I come across generally to the people who don't know me so well, but because you know me, you would understand what I'm saying. I'm very open to ideas. I keep my eyes and ears open. From my, from my ADs to my crew, to my actors, to my friends, to my daughters, I am constantly learning from them, and I don't shy away from saying, "Oh, that's a great idea." So I don't want to get into the zone where I'm the person who tells everyone that this is the perfect thing. I feel that the day I'm going to decide, okay, now I know the best and nobody else can tell me or teach me anything, is the day I'm going to go irrelevant. So I think for me, the only trick that has kept me alive is that I like to keep my eyes and ears open, and I listen to each and every person. And if there's any good idea coming my way, I would always take it. And that keeps me relevant, I feel.
I second that, Asim, and your attention to detail. Or Marum, I was having a conversation with Shehryar, and I was asking him about you. वो आपकी बातें कर रहा था. And the sentence came to my mind that one of the things that you do to pull your team together is, आप बड़े बन के सबका ख्याल रखते हो, plus आप बच्चा बन के सबके साथ खेलते भी हो. It just came in that conversation that came out.
Oh my God, that is so true.
That's just one of my observations about you. क्योंकि आप रखते हो, आप सबका ख्याल रखते हो, आपको सबकी birthdays याद होती हैं. You make sure that that everyone pulls together, and who needs taking care of, किसी को advice चाहिए. You're always the last one on the set. सब गिर जाएंगे set पे, तभी आप खड़े होते हो आयला के साथ. Your second in command is always there with you. And then at the same time, you play with with everybody. You dance with them, you sing with them, you eat with them. That's really,
and honestly,
for me, it has been.
Yeah, that keeps me alive and that keeps me young. I mean, like, obviously I'm not a young, I like to believe that I'm part of this gang and they make me feel important, which is very kind of them. But then I don't know what my life would be like right now during this quarantine time. The only thing that I miss is hugging my friends. I swear that's the only thing I'm missing. I don't miss anything.
And you know something?
Yeah.
Did I message you? I think I don't know if I spoke to you, but all I've been thinking is, you won't believe this. All I've been thinking is, okay, fine, May is gone, June, July, chala jayega. But come August, I don't care if it's the first party we have to have, but it will be for Asim's birthday. And it's a ritual. Of course, we did not celebrate last year, but this year, I just cannot wait. I'm actually thinking about it in my head so much. I can't tell you the times we've had, like, oh my God.
Most fabulous moments I've had on my birthday, thanks to these guys, obviously, because I'm lucky to have a few of them who genuinely give so much love to me that I actually feel that I am a very important person in this world. And when you feel important, then there's nothing more, like you were just asking her, you said that, fame, and you said, what's the price?
Biggest misconception.
Yeah. The misconception. And I just want to say one thing, that the only misconception that we all have about fame is the fact that it matters to people if so many people are loving you. To me, the only misconception lies in, if you know that a bunch of people who actually matter to you love you, that should be the real excitement of fame. One should never try to count their followers, count the people who are texting every day. That doesn't matter. What matters is the bunch of people who you can actually count and say, this one genuinely loves me, this one genuinely loves me. And those genuine lovers are going to make you feel famous and popular.
Yeah.
So that's a misconception, that we go into numbers. We should never go into numbers. This is a quality.
फेम भी तो आ नहीं जाती है ना. माँ कहती थी ये सीढ़ी की तरह होते हैं, चढ़ती भी है उतरती भी है. And how are you going to be? आपका अपनी resilience कैसी है बीच में? What are the things that are going to keep you strong and feeling okay? Because इतने लोग पागल भी तो हो जाते हैं ना when they lose their fame.
But actually, it's also, I think, and this is something that I think I can say, that if you really do love your job, and what I mean is that it's not about the fame aspect of it. So I told you that I love it when people come up to me. I love it, the autographs and the pictures and the this. But more than anything else, more than going and receiving an award, and I'm so grateful to Allah that He's given me this, and people will think I'm lying or something, but I cannot tell you what I feel when I stand on set and that camera, and there's an
you hear
action.
The whirring of the camera.
That's so true. That is so true. I would definitely second that.
Yeah, something happens.
Electrifying.
Yeah, it's the process. When I'm making a film, it's the process which is paying off to me. The film, the day film gets done, the film, the day it releases, and beyond that, abhi award aa rahe hai, nominate. I hate all of that. I hate release onwards everything, because I feel the family that I collected, and I generally collect a family who I genuinely fall in love with. So it's hurting me that this family is now going to disperse and I'm not going to see them every day. So that I'm already mourning. On top of that, that whole pressure of, ab ye film kaisa karegi, And I just don't want to get into that because
Asim, I understand this.
you know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
enjoy the moment while I was making it so much more that I feel like I got all the awards during the making of the film.
You know,
The
I
rest
feel
is
like that as a painter.
yeah.
You know, I feel like that as a painter. मैं इतना time गुजारती हूँ अकेले काम करते हुए. That becomes my. अगर मुझे कोई कह दे ना मुझे ये painting अच्छी लगती है, मेरा दिल करता है मैं वैसे दे दूँ. That in itself feels like a reward. Oh my God, that they like this work.
Yeah.
Once that work is out and it's up in a gallery, you know, and actually I don't worry about it because then I keep thinking as though it's a gallery person's headache whether something sells or not. कि मेरा तो headache चला गया. But yeah, I understand absolutely. कि हमारे काम. My son said that to me actually. Rustam, who is 11 now, he said that to me the other day. He said, "Mom, you know what people do for recreation? You do for work." Okay, which is painting, and right now I'm talking to you guys. So
but you know that is something that in our field or any field keeps you जैसे again लंबी रेस का जो घोड़ा होता है वो इसलिए होता है क्योंकि I think it enjoys the race. It just loves
running.
And I think that's the only way to be relevant. There are no tricks. There are no things that you can come up with. There is no book. There's just like I look forward actually to playing different roles. I look forward to aging. I look forward to, even though I was reading somewhere, I was reading about old Hollywood, and I was reading about how it's really hard for people who, are like, the lead heroines to age. And I was thinking, oh my God, like, am I going to be one of those? But I hope to God not, because I think that's inshallah. But that is the
Think Audrey Hepburn. Think Audrey Hepburn. Think of the beautiful, graceful, talented women who, just grown stronger with age and who become, role models for all of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I have no fear like that about you. I think
my other also one of my very very one of my favorites also, Sarmad always says ना तुम तो हम पे जब नाजिल हुई थी तो बच्चे के साथ नाजिल हुई. ये कौन सी चीज है कि माहिरा खान एक बच्चे के साथ हमें मिली थी, and he makes fun of it. But I think that it's just I guess I'm lucky that I've had these people who've also actually really, really, in a great way helped me, Really, they have. I remember Asim telling me one day, we were standing outside my friend's house. I don't think he remembers. He's like, Mana, I never want to ever hear that you have a posse of people who call you Mahira ji. And I said, no, Asim. He said, no. Because that will be your death. You got to surround yourself with people who keep it real with you.
Yeah, again, the same thing, that people who are your friends and whom you can already use as a mirror.
Yeah.
I was going to say that, is there anything on your bucket list in terms of, any role that you'd really like to play? या अगर कोई film गुजरी हो जो कि आप सोचो कि नहीं, that role I should have done. Some film that you've seen and some character that someone else has played, which you wish you had done.
No, I think
it doesn't have to be a new one.
Okay. No, I think once someone has done something, it's theirs, and I sort of look at it as theirs. So I don't have any such role. Or actually, recently Shoaib Saab said Shoaib Mansoor. Okay, I have a very interesting relationship with Shoaib Mansoor as well. He's hilarious. He's hilarious. And I love that about him. He's like Miss Jamila, my Urdu teacher, who was very sarcastic. And so he reminds me of Miss Jamila. And I tell him that also. But sarcasm unme koot ke bhara hua hai. So the other day he messaged me saying कि वाह क्या बात है, आप तो अंधी एक अंधी लड़की का रोल कर रही हैं. मैंने कहा जी, he's like आपने कभी इंटरव्यू में नहीं कहा कि मुझे I want to play a blind girl. मैंने कहा नहीं शोएब साहब, मुझे नहीं ये रोल प्ले करना था, मुझे तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट लगेगा. It's like, what? ये तो हर एक्ट्रेस की ख्वाहिश होती है. So actually I thought, is that right, Asim? Supposedly in the olden days, everyone used to say,
हाँ सही बात है. Because they were, I think obviously at that time the roles are also limited for women. You know, life times have changed. What you girls are doing today, at that time, women were doing very different kind of things. They were very they were typecasted for only certain kind of roles. And I like, मजाक में हम कहते हैं अंधी मजलूम लड़की. So अंधी मजलूम लड़की was the ultimate role for any actress.
Ultimate, yeah.
जिस पे सबको दुख होता था, प्यार हो जाता.
Even my mother's done one.
Yeah, there you go.
In
So anyways,
even you know, in a way, your you know, तुम्हारा जो ड्रामा था उसमें काफी हद तक वो वाली चीजें मौजूद थी तुम्हारा आपके साथ.
जी नहीं, वो मजलूम नहीं थी.
मजलूम लड़की.
हम सफर.
मजलूम तो थी ना, ये वो जाके बेचारी सफेद कपड़े पहन के रह रही थी माँ के घर पे, और मुंह से नहीं कह के तेरी चुड़ैल माँ ने मेरे साथ ये किया है.
That bad Farida and Usher. I don't really have a.
What about?
Yes.
What about you, Asim? Is there any actor that you'd like to work with still?
To be honest, like if I be honest to you, I would say I would love to do a film with Zia Muhyiddin. I mean, that would be my ultimate thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Zia Saab, I've, you know, again, I have been a big fan of his work. I have seen, I don't know if you've seen some of his films that he's done, not only in Hollywood, but others. And he was a wonderful performer. And, you know, like, I just think, Allah unko bahut izzat ke saath sehat aur zindagi de. But I don't know if I would be lucky enough. He's done a TV commercial for me. And that just, those 2 days were like heavenly, because you learn so much when you work with people like that. And you know, we are those unfortunate people जिन्होंने बहुत सारे असातिज़ा के साथ हमें काम करने का मौका नहीं मिलता. अभी मैंने नदीम साहब के साथ भी जब काम किया, so it was like मेरा दिल करता था मैं उन्हीं के पैरों में बैठा रहूं, मुझे उठ के जाना ही नहीं अच्छा लग रहा होता था. And generally, जैसे कहते हैं ना, दिल तो बच्चा है जी. So अगर उनका भी दिल बच्चा हो, so I enjoy older generation a lot actually. Mahira's mother is one of them as well. I love talking to her because उनका भी दिल बच्चा है मेरी तरह.
वो तो बिल्कुल ही बच्चा. Yeah, that is also, but Nadeem Saab, my God, what a.
So what an, you know, like, so you know what I'm talking about. That experience of working with people like this is a different ballgame.
It's a different experience.
You just learn so much. You get their wisdom. You get their, you know, the long-sightedness. Everything is just so pure and beautiful. And so that I would name him if I have to. Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah. I know you have to go, Mahira. I'll quickly ask the last couple of questions so we can wrap up. ये जो आजकल कोविड के दिनों में, क्वारंटीन के दिनों में, आपको दोनों को क्या महसूस होता है? हमने कुछ सीखा है? Have we learned anything from being locked up, away from our friends, away from so many people we love? और हम अपने घरों में जो बंद हैं पिछले 2 महीने से. Do you think we've learned something? What do you think it is?
I think that I have learned that my stomach is a deep well, and that I can consume like copious amounts of like meat and food and ice cream, and I'll gain weight, but it doesn't make me feel. No, I'm joking, obviously. I think I've learned that, you know, my first 2 weeks were terrible, anxious, bad. Started to adjust to this whole scenario, and then I realized that life, no matter what, it's what you make of it, you know. So you sort of start making something of it, and that's what I did. And a lot of gratitude. बहुत शुक्र किया अल्लाह.
Now, connected with what you said earlier about food, मुझे किसी ने message भेजा. What did she do in quarantine? Cook.
Yeah. Listen, you can't be talking. You're looking like a beautiful painting. Zehna, like her, like.
Look at her talking about a beautiful painting. मैंने कहा मुझे तो tension, I'm going to be on the screen with Mahira. तो मुझे कुछ तो Asim.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but no, so when it comes to COVID and the times that we have spent, honestly, what I've learned is that, like this time has given us time to think, I feel. हम इतना busy रहते थे और हर वक्त कुछ ना कुछ commitment आगे पीछे चलता था that we didn't get time to think, ponder over things. And I think that's probably something that I have done. I have thought a lot about people, about things, about my work, about my life, about a lot of things actually. So that I would say thinking, getting time to think was fantastic. Not that I'm saying this time was fantastic. Not that I'm saying what we went through is fantastic at all. But yes, blessing when you say in disguise. So if I really have to count my blessing, this. And secondly, I think we all have learned one thing, which I just mentioned. I have this special love for older generation. I enjoy them and I respect them and I really value them. But I think this pandemic, the pandemic has really taught us well to take care of our elders. Because अब हम बहुत पॉपुलरली ये बात करते हैं. पहले हम सब इतना खुल के या इतनी पॉपुलर डिमांड में नहीं होते थे हमारे एल्डर्स. अब हमें एकदम से ख्याल आया हम सबको उनका, और हम सब उनकी फिक्र करते हैं, उनके बारे में बात करते हैं. हम आपस में मिलते हैं तो कहते हैं यार मेरे घर में क्योंकि मेरी नानी है, दादी है, माँ है, बाप है, तो मैं ये नहीं कर सकता उसकी वजह से. That is amazing because we never cared about our elders as much as we are doing it today. And I really hope that even when it's over, we don't stop caring about them.
And lastly, to finish off, if there was one Madame Noorjahan song that you would like to picturize in your films, which one would that be? So we finish on a light note. Now we don't want to talk about heavy things when we finish.
One is very less, but there's so many songs of us.
Yeah.
That this is too difficult, but one of the songs
Mahira,
of Madame Noorjahan.
I know my song.
So is Sun Majli Di Mitri Tanve. So I would love to probably picturize that song on Mahira Khan.
Oh, how lovely. ये तो कर देना चाहिए वैसे.
Telling her that she's yet to play a Punjaban. And what?
So which Madame Noorjahan song?
That's the thing. Can I have like a medley?
Okay, let's have 2 songs. The 3 songs.
No. Okay, forget it. But why would I not go with? Even though I want to dance on one of her songs, but I think I want to go with like the most super iconic. I want it to be Chandni Raat.
Oh.
And I want to be, like in a midnight blue gharara with Mukesh on it.
Oh.
बस
ये तैयारी शुरू कर देते हैं हम.
हाँ ये मेरे हम देखिए I have to visualize it. And I want long घुंघराले बाल, silver Mukesh on the midnight blue and
You will look beautiful. Thank you, Mahira, my love. आप हमेशा ऐसे खूबसूरत रहो, हमेशा ऐसे कदम पे आपको success मिले मेरी जान. Thank you so much.
And thank you, and this was amazing, and thank you, Asim.
See, I was nice. You were just doubting my niceness.
Okay, now my child is literally calling me. I love you guys.
Okay. I love you, Mahira. Thank you.
Thank you.